I could almost, yeah, just about everybody really. But the only thing I can tell you is that if you want to learn the Carl Geist type judo, which is pretty well known, it's all fundamentals, man. It's you're going to spend so many hours of your entire career just doing foot sweep drills up and down the line, 3 feet on the line, supporting foot in the direction of the throw. When you grapple, or even when you're standing, you'll learn to set up little triangles so that you're not utilizing your strength all the time. A lot of people get into, there got any young guys here? Come on out here, buddy. A lot of people get into grip games so much, you can go ahead and just pretend like you got me. I'm not going to throw you nothing. All right, so a lot of people get caught up into a lot of just fighting grips, and what that does, it makes you exhaust yourself. And the Carl Geist judo stuff was based off of old school judo plus Aikido mixed into it. And that's what I like about it, because I'll be 58 years old next month, and all them young guys in the jail still ain't whipped me yet. You know, because nothing hits harder than the ground never misses, and the ground in jail is concrete. So, and we ain't got no referees to pull us off. There ain't no tapping out. You either win or you lose. So what this stuff does, it allows me to continue to deal with people on a physical level, and I get tested weekly, and it's not no board testing me or nothing like that. Somebody's trying me, and you can't. They do like I said before, they do 1,500 push-ups in a day. And what they'll do, they'll walk around, do 25, then they'll walk around, do 25 more. And you can't compete with that. If you got a family, you got wife and kids, you got anything like that, you can't compete. So you learn to use triangles. Like a lot of people say, I don't need a judo guy can't do nothing without a gi. Well, I suggest to you they haven't got a hold of some of the judo guys, you know. But you know, you'll remember when Carl Geist gives you a lesson on foot sweeps. The man always, this is the typical, go ahead and get you, the typical grip you see, he'd lay a hand here. And he's, don't let me move, don't let me move. That was his big thing. And then I told you don't let me move. He'd get mad at you, you know. Somebody taught a lesson last year, and I forget who it was. It was during an Aikido demonstration where they rolled the skin. Who was that taught that? That was you? Yes, sir. That was an excellent lesson, because you're fixing to see it again in judo right here. All he did when he laid that hand on you is he rolled that skin. Just look, see his elbow drop right there? His elbow, his skin, his body chases his skin, just like you taught. And this applies in a foot sweep too. Now the thing is, what a lot of people didn't see is the old man slip up under you here and grab a piece of arm. He didn't need gis. He could weave you around like this, you know, all the time. It was just a matter of slipping the hand under or over. But again, I wouldn't be trying to hold him, because I want him to pull his arm away. When he pulls it, see how that body starts to go up like that? Foot sweep city, man. It don't take much. So what happened here is you get him leaning one way like this, just simply torquing that arm like this, and then you get this little triangle going right here, so you're not utilizing your strength and exhausting yourself. Now you can walk around with the dude. See? And when I get him on one foot, I want to hold him there just a little bit longer than he wants to be there. So any of y'all do Aikido, you know what I'm talking about. And he can tell you right now, I already got a wrist lock working here. He's not going anywhere unless I want him to. But I do want him to go somewhere. So when you do foot sweeps, I'm not even going to sweep you. I just want to demonstrate. If he decides, get your mitts off of me, man, and he pulls his arm up and get it away, all I'm doing is following him in like this, and I'm going to shove his forward foot into the other one or behind. So when he goes, I'm just going to just shove it in there. And you got this thing working here too. It's like, and it's real simple. You heard me brush the, in Carl Geist Judo, I can tell you one thing. If you took a complete step, you took too damn long. That's why you always heard this sliding of the feet. Same thing, Aikido walking, sliding of the feet. You know, you never pick them feet up and go like this. You took way too long. And you'll see that when you get guys like Gary Berliner in here, Bob Ray. If you take a complete step or you lean, where's David at? David?
He's not here.
He's not here yet. He worked with me last night. He had a hard time standing up. Good young man though.
Athletic young fella.
Yeah, he allowed the old man to practice a little bit and get warmed up. So you're gonna find out in the Carl Geist Judo stuff that you'll be learning here this weekend from the guys that's done it. And most of y'all have done it. I'm sure that I know a lot of you have. I remember Chuck getting his rear end chewed off. I was thinking, thank goodness it's him instead of me. Because my turn was coming at some point, you know. So you learn to walk around, and you don't even have to, like I said, you can get on YouTube anytime now. By tomorrow evening, you'll know every move that I know. The only problem is you won't know the subtleties that makes it work. You even if you think you know them, you don't know them until you practice them over and over and over again. I'm going to give you the basic fundamentals. I was known for my ground game, but also I really like Ashiwaza, but I can't lay claim to that because the foot sweeps, Mark Olson was the king of foot sweeps. Mark Olson's the only guy that I ever knew that Carl said his foot sweep was better than Carl's. I thought I had a pretty good one, but but not compared to those guys, you know. So you have to know your place. And at 58 years old, I'm not trying to win a national championship or nothing like that. I just want to have fun, and I want to be sure I don't lose while I'm in jail. You know, I got to win, and I use it all the time. And the good thing is, judo or aikido, either one. I was thinking the perfect combinations of arts is taught right here and around the nation. You got judo, so you can pick up a stick, beat a few of them off before they get to you. All right, with the judo skills, and you don't have to have a stick, because who's going to walk around with a stick? Grab a paperback book, use the same technique, use your flashlight, use ink pen, whatever you got, you know. Those skills still apply. Then if he breaks your barrier and gets in on you a little closer, your aikido skills come into play because you keep him off of you. All right. Should they get into you, if there's more than one, if there's enough marbles in the bag, it's going to break eventually. They get into you, then that's where your judo will come in. And you don't have to do judo for sport. You can do judo for recreation, for self-defense, or in my case, tactical use of judo. Because it ain't just enough to get him down and then get away. Because I have to roll him over and cuff him up in front of everybody and be sure the rest of them saw enough they don't want no part of it and they stay away. You know, so what we'll do while we're here during this seminar is we'll go over fundamentals of stuff. One thing you got to remember is you have to be able to escape from any pin in order to understand a pin. So you have to allow yourself to get pinned, bridge and roll and escape fundamentally from those escapes, those pins. And then you understand how to pin and control the body because you know what works on you, and you know from a poor position being down how to get back out and get on top. All you need is just a little leeway, man, and you can make it. And then you'll learn when you're down like that, you'll learn that, I'll kind of turn and face the camera a little bit too. You'll learn that if you can control the body, then you can choke an arm bar. But if you try to choke an arm bar without being able to pin and control first, you're just going on chance. But you get somebody that's equal athletic ability or greater than you, you're going to probably lose, and you will definitely not be consistent if you don't lose. You have some days you can choke, some days you can't choke. I spoke of the choke zone last time. Remember that? That's when that other person's head gets in between the midsection of your chest and the top of your shoulder blade. That's where you want their head, right in here, to optimally choke consistently most of the time. If their head gets down here or their head gets over here, yeah, you can still choke, but you're not going to choke consistently. So what we're going to work on is we'll work on getting that head in the choke zone. Like for guys down on the ground, he's covered up like this. Obviously, he's not going to move into your choke zone, so you'll have to move your head into his choke zone. And then if he tries to push away and his head goes down here and he's pushing away, now he's extending the arm to get away. So the arm only comes in two positions, bent and straight. They're both arm bars. And we'll work on that, and we'll work on some standing work too, some real fundamental stuff. I was thinking, I enjoy Ashiwaji, and I think John's going to teach something on that. So maybe without getting in his way, I'll show something that might help. Like, and you'll learn to use them triangles and set them up everywhere. Carl used to soften people up. Have you ever seen him when he got somebody down in the parking lot? And it happened, didn't it, Norman? Many times you'd be like, oh man, I don't want to be part of this, man, because the cops are going to come and everything. I don't want to be part of it. And he could have killed somebody easily, but he usually just wanted to teach them a lesson, you know, that you're messing with the wrong person. And so he would soften them up. And if you ever watch him, he'd walk on them with them elbows, you know. And them elbows, you don't have to hit nobody. But take advice from your karate instructors too. They know where to hit, they know how to hit, they know how to make it work. They know how to deliver the most power to that area. Take advantage of their knowledge too. All you're going to do in a grappling situation, since you don't have the ability to stand and deliver the power right down the line of the leg like they would in a liver punch or lower rib thing, you're going to be dropping an elbow in there, but at least you know where to go. You know, they can help you a lot if they do karate. They can help you with these things. So we'll work on that. We'll learn to move people around just like this. Just get an elbow in there and walk around. Very simple. And as soon as you walk around, just grab a foot and don't try to sweep. Just hook that foot, man. Just play with it, you know. It's kind of like a kitten with a little catnip ball. You're gonna play with it. Kind of like a cat with a. Somebody described me one time like in grappling. It's like a cat with a lizard. You know, so you know you want to play with it before you kill it. You know, you don't want to just. You know, it's true. I mean, you get bored. We were laughing at breakfast. Ninja was there. Ninja can tell you. Ninja, am I right? Dr. Oscar, remember him? Mr. Oscar, he was a professor of medicine at Baylor University. Looked like he just walked out of the library with his geek glasses on and everything. Mm-hmm. And he weighed about 5'7" maybe?
Yeah, he's a little guy, man.
Yeah, 180 pounds.
Yeah.
And he used to squeeze the life out of you on the ground. And pretty soon you couldn't breathe. You'd be, and then you look over here and there'd be like a little daylight between his shoulder blade and his armpit and stuff. And I know that's a bad place to go, but especially on my gi in those days. But that's a bad place to go, somebody's armpit. But when it comes down to breathing or something like you go into the armpit, man. I mean, you got to have air. So you go over there, you try to get some air, and then all of a sudden he tightened that up because he was playing with you. He wanted you to go there. And now he got you tightened up, and now you can't even breathe. You'd be like, I want to go back where I was at, where I couldn't breathe, because it's better than where I'm at now. Am I lying, Ninja? No, it's so true, man. It's unreal. We laughed about it. It's easy to laugh about it now, but when you was down there,
Oh, he wasn't laughing. It was awful.
and that's when my ground game started coming into play, is because that old man worked me over when I was young. I was strong in those days. Chuck knows I was strong back then, you know, and I had endurance for a young man. And I went over to Carl and I sat down. I said, I know I'm stronger than he is and I'm bigger, but I can't do nothing with him. What's wrong? And that's when he tapped me on the leg, and y'all have all heard the saying before, son, before you mess with an old man, find out what kind of young man he was first. Turned out Mr. Oscar was the team captain of Waseda University. And you know, they don't elect judo team captains for popularity down there. You gotta be able to whip everybody in the room more than once in order for them to understand that you're the team captain. And then finally they appoint him team captain after they've been able to whip so many people so often, you know. So that was Mr. Oscar, and that's just one story among many. And then you got Mark Olson with the foot sweeps, and I could go on and on and on. You got Gary Berliner being here probably tomorrow maybe. I know he has some medical stuff probably to take care of. But and there's Gary, you know, he would rip your arm off, you know. I mean, he was too small to allow a heavyweight to, especially a strong heavyweight, to have any leeway. So when he shot an arm bar, it was gone, man. You had to be lucky enough to tap out quick, so he give up. And he didn't always let you have it that easy. You know, you couldn't just like start heading into Judo Gatami and then be like that. No, he let you know you got there first, and then you be like this for a week. So we'll have fun with a lot of fundamentals. There's a lot of guys here that understand this stuff, and we'll just kind of play with it over time and just help you with it. It's real simple. For standing stuff, you got to understand, if you take a deep breath of air, your chest swells up. Like, you go like that. See my chest swell up? What little chest I got left, but you know, all this used to be up there. What happened, man? You see what I'm saying? I prefer to think of myself as husky, but so you like this, and it throws your shoulders back. So your weight's on your heels. Why do you want to throw somebody forward when they're already going backwards? That's one thing that Carl taught. So we're going to also think about, I'm going to give it to you. You'll have to work on it at your own clubs over time. But you breathe in, and you just key on their breath. And when they breathe in, that's when you want to do your backwards attacks. When they breathe out, you take them forward. And if you want to experience that in your mind, pretend like, also we do the palms up thing, palms down. If they're gripping with their palms up, like an armpit grip like I use a lot, you're going to want to take them backwards. And if you're gripping palms down, you take them forwards. If they're gripping up and you wait till they breathe in, you got two elements working in your favor. So you got a better opportunity to take them down backwards. And then, so if you pretend like you're scooting a heavy box off the shelf that you put up there last year, you know, and now you're getting it down because you want to grow your garden or something, and you scoot it, as soon as you turn them palms up, you'll feel your lower back muscles set up to accept the load. And you can do it way down here, but that exaggerates it so much that you can feel it. But you can do it right down here, and as soon as you turn that up, you feel something happening right here. That's the key to any of your throws. If they turn that palm up, wait till he takes a breath of air in too. And usually when they're pumped with adrenaline or working out real hard, that's pretty exaggerated. Then you work on a rear technique. If they breathe out, that's like picking up a sack of feet off the floor. You feel your stomach coming into play, you want to take them forwards at that point. And even at that, you still got to concentrate on supporting foot in the direction of the throw, and you got to have 3 feet in a line. That line has different elements. You have to learn the vocabulary so you understand. So you can be coached over the phone. If you have a problem, call me up. I can talk to you about what you may have a problem with if you understand these fundamentals. You got what Carl called across the line, which would be Osoto Gari. You know, he's got 2 feet there, you're stepping here, and you're throwing. So your foot goes pointing across the line, but you're still 0 degrees on that line. Then he's got what he calls on the line, which is like here for you. He's a groom of your knee wheel, bam, right here. And he's got what he calls down the line, where it'd be here, and you're throwing him with harai goshi or shoulder throw, ippon, or whatever, you know. If you understand 3 feet in the line, supporting foot in the direction of throw, and on that line you understand you got across the line, on the line, down the line. You got some fundamental stuff going on right there that you can work a whole year on. And we'll have fun with it. We'll do it subtle. There's no use anybody beating anybody up while you're here. Most of us have jobs. Most of us have their own clubs. And I'll tell you another thing. You don't have to go out and compete to enjoy judo. You can enjoy judo just recreationally, having fun. You got instructors that may be primarily an Aikido instructor. That's great, because now you got a great self-defense that's going to take you into your life. As you get older, especially young guys like you, as you get older, you're going to lose some of your ability. And the Aikido is going to stick with you. If you look at all the judo guys, it's kind of like football players here in America. Football players after high school, how many of them you see out in the yard playing football? Not very many. You see them on the couch drinking a beer, watching the game on TV, but they ain't out there playing football anymore. Judo in Japan is the same way. Once they graduate high school, it's pretty much done. They might play a little while longer, go on to college, play a little longer, but after a while, they on the couch watching TV, drinking a beer like everybody else, or sake or whatever, you know. So you'll just have to see what we got to offer there, and a lot of us got a lot of things to do, and that's just to open up, talk about it, sort of thing, and we'll get on some details as each one of us goes to work, and you'll see some of your Aikido lessons go into play. If your instructor's an Aikido instructor, but they're practicing this judo a little bit with you on the side, be thankful you got that. Be very thankful, because some places run you through. They call it like a stable, you know. They just run you through, wanting to eat you alive, and all they want to do is pick the 1 or 2 super athletes in the club, concentrate their energy on them so they get a name for being a champion or a champion coach, you know. They don't care about everybody else. And to me, the most important person, Carl taught it too, and most of you already know it, most important person is the white belt just walked in the door. That's your most important person to continue your art and everything else. So I guess we'll get together here in a little bit, and there's a lot of stuff being taught from what I understand.